With summer coming to a close, me and my brother decided to spend our last few days of warm weather and freedom going on a fishing adventure. So we headed up into the mountains and enjoyed the beautiful Idaho scenery as we made our way to the destination. And even though we encountered a couple cow roadblocks, they wouldn't stop us from reaching our destination, Blackfoot Reservoir. We immediately felt like true explorers with vast spaces in front of us and not another person in sight. And when we got out to take a look, the lake was completely still. I noticed this little smallmouth and threw out a spinner, made quick work of him. We had to drive a little bit further down the lake to get to our camping spot, this wide expanse of grass and a little bit of mud. We saw massive carp jumping, so we got our rods out and waited. But even though we saw tons of evidence of carp, including a lot of dead ones on the shore, we weren't able to figure out how to get them to bite. Catching only a couple dink smallmouth and no carp the first day was a bit of a disappointment, but we set up camp and cooked some of the smallmouth, which turned out to be amazingly good. And honestly, even though we hadn't caught as many fish as we had hoped to, the area was stunningly beautiful, and I was really starting to enjoy the trip. And things would only get better from here. The next morning, I hooked into the biggest carp I've ever caught, a massive brute of a mirror who honestly didn't fight that hard, but ended up weighing close to 14 pounds. We've been using a lot of corn and bread to try to bait them in, but I caught this guy on a worm. I was super happy to catch this beast, and I let him go with the message to tell the rest of his friends to bite my line as well. Unfortunately, it seems like he told them the opposite, as we sat for a couple hours with no other bites. So I set out on the kayak to find us a new fishing spot. I could see a bunch of carp crashing out in the middle, so I tried to get out as deep as possible to see if I could get them to bite. But even in the deep water, they didn't seem to be interested. So instead, I visited Spring Island, a nesting island for birds in the middle of the lake. It seemed like the perfect spot for us to catch some fish. All the nesting birds and trees gave it a much different feel than the rest of the reservoir. So I went and got my brother, and things started to pay off. I quickly caught another carp, this one a little bit smaller than the first. But it didn't really seem like he knew how to find his way home. With our hopes high, we continued to cast out, and not too long after, I hooked into something else. It's weird because it's just coming this way.
Yeah.
But then every once in a while, it just feels heavy. Maybe it'll be like the other one and it won't fight until
The very end?
the very end.
Maybe.
Do you see it?
Over there, yeah.
There's something on the
Something at the top. Oh, there it goes again. It's just gonna be a dink, bro.
Like a 3-pounder.
A tree pounder. Come on. Do a freaking thing. Oh, what the freak?
You guys have a bunch of these?
Yeah.
No?
Oh, what the? What is that?
It's a trout.
Is that a cut?
Oh, it's huge.
Oh my gosh.
It's a huge trout.
Oh my goodness. Freaking heck. Oh, it's like, weigh it. The
trout ended up being my biggest ever, coming in at over 4 pounds. I was super stoked to catch this beast, but unfortunately he was gut hooked, so we decided to put him on a stringer and keep him for dinner. Then, unfortunately, the wind really started to pick up, and the fish must have left because we stopped getting bites. So we made the decision to go to the other side of the island where the wind was being blocked by the trees. But despite my brother getting a couple bites, we weren't able to reel anything in. So we decided to move spots and try fishing for bass. And boy, did we catch some big ones. This was both of our PB smallmouths. Mine came in at just under 2 pounds and my brother's was 2.5. And we were absolutely stoked to catch them. We released the beauties back and we're feeling really good about ourselves. It was the perfect way to end our second day there. For dinner, we cooked my massive trout, and with a little bit of lemon pepper, it was a perfect meal to end the day. The next morning, the wind was still hitting our camping spot pretty hard, so we moved a little bit further down the reservoir where we were protected by some islands. And with our rods out, my little brother hooked into what he thought was a carp.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
It's fighting now?
Yeah, crazy. Oh, not stopped.
Maybe it's coming. It just comes towards you, probably.
There it goes. Look on the rock. Look at that. Watch.
It's probably just coming towards you. So just reel it in super fast.
Oh. Oh yeah. I feel it, dude. Feel the fishy. It's a long time to get it.
Yeah, it's all the way out there.
Oh, there she's running. It's probably a carp.
You think so?
Yeah. It's fighting pretty hard. I don't think it's a big one, but I think it's a carp.
Should I go get the net?
Yeah.
What he thought was a big carp fighting him ended up being about a 2-pound rainbow trout. But he was happy to catch it nonetheless. And even though we spotted fish, including this carp on the side of the bank throughout the rest of the day, we were unable to catch anything else. So to us at least, it seems like we came at the wrong time of year. A lot of people mainly come in the spring to fish for the large mirror carp in here, but we came at the end of the summer and it seems like the fish just weren't eating as much and there was a lot more weeds that had time to grow up. So if we did this trip again, we would probably recommend to come earlier in the year. But it was still a great experience and we really enjoyed our time out there. And that night, it was the brightest moon either of us had ever seen. The moon was so bright that we could clearly see our shadows. Even though we didn't catch as many fish as we were hoping to, I did catch 3 new PBs. My best carp, my best trout, and my best bass. So I would 100% recommend visiting Blackfoot Reservoir.